We just finished up milking here in the evening, and I'm gonna wash the entire parlor down. Take you guys through what we do at the end of every milking to keep this parlor nice and clean. You guys can see the claws are in wash mode right now. The water's going through it. There's a detergent in there that cleans out all the milk of those lines, keep them nice and clean. Once that's all in progress, we come over here and hit the flush valves. There's 3 buttons here for the 3 valves. And we just click one and it'll run a flush cycle here and get rid of all the manure in these alleys here. This is the gutter where all of the water from the flush cycle runs into. So it cleans everything from the front of those decks, the front of the holding area, all the way till back here. And it all flows into this pit right here. This pit keeps all of the washed water from the parlor and the bulk tank when it's all being washed down. It's all saved in here so we can run this wash cycle. We don't want this manure to get too thick. This pit's actually pretty deep. We're also meaning to get a cover here. Some guy was messaging me telling me that we should really get a cover on there. It is maybe a bit of a hazard, so we're gonna be looking into that pretty soon here, I think. And covering that hole up just for safety. This is an 8-inch noon pump, and I believe it pumps a total of 8,000 gallons per minute. And it's got 3 valves, and that's kind of how it's controlled. So there's one here, the valve, they're all hydraulic valves, and it'll close and shut them. So when this pit gets full, it'll pump it to the back of the barn. I think it opens this valve up here, pumps it down and right to the back of the barn. And then maybe this valve runs the 3 flush valves at the front of the parlor. And that's how this thing works. So now we're gonna do the holding area flush. It is April 4th today, and I think yesterday morning it was minus 27 degrees Celsius with the wind. It was a bit warmer today. I think we got up to like minus 10 or something, but still pretty cold out here. We also got about a half a foot of snow today, I think. Quite a bit of snow. Also, I was going to show you guys these signs we put up everywhere. We just put these on the door, mostly just if there's a salesperson coming by or anyone that isn't regularly at the farm. We just want to make sure that people are being cautious with this pandemic we're having, and we don't want people just coming into the barn that don't usually come to the farm and get something out here. Slash flush valve is finishing up, so I'm gonna unwind that fire hose, drag it all the way out, and I start with that side. I usually do the 2 decks first and then do the middle, because if I did the middle first and did the 2 decks after, some manure could splash onto the milkers and it won't be as clean. Now we're just going back and forth over top of this rubber mat here. And I'm also hitting all of the milkers from up top here because you can't quite get this angle from down there. Just to make sure all of these milkers are good and clean as well. Okay, so there's one thing I forgot to do. We have these gutters here. They're right here so that the cows, when they're in the milking parlor, their ass kind of hangs over here and they crap into these gutters so it doesn't get on the milkers or anything. Stays off of our arms, which is really appreciated too. But we gotta flush these out. And that's just this valve right here. So that slowly starts to fill this up with water. It's a bit of a slow process, but eventually it'll get all that manure to the back. Now that all the crap is off over there, we just hit this once again too. It's not overly necessary, but keeps the concrete nice and clean. The flush does do a pretty good job though. We also gotta clean the patties off of this crowd gate and then we can send it back. Now that's gonna go back. Now I basically just need to get any manure off of these milkers if there is any. So basically the way I do that is I start from the front and I hit all the milkers at an angle from the front on both sides, go all the way to the back, and then I'll turn around and walk back to the front, hit them at this angle, and then we'll just basically rinse the rest of the floor down. Now we're all done, just gonna reel it up and turn the lights off. I'm in the generator shed right now, and for the last year and a half or so, we've basically been using this as a storage unit for whatever we needed to throw in here. This is because we tore our small shop down where we used to keep all of our stuff in to make room for that calf barn that we built. So the calf barn is behind this main barn over there. There used to be a small shop and we used to have all our tools and stuff in there. So we needed a convenient place to put them so that if we needed something, we could go run and grab them. And we used to have a bunch of shelving in here, all the tools and stuff, but we just recently moved them over to that calf barn, that old calf barn. So now I'm gonna be cleaning this place up, making it look nice and tidy, because it hasn't yet since we built this place about 2 years ago now. There's a bunch of insulation and window screens and random stuff, plastic. There's a random bucket here. I'm gonna stack all that stuff nicely in the corner over there and throw everything that we don't need into the loader bucket, which is just parked outside. Just a quick little run over of this generator. It'll automatically turn on. It's always super warm. Like it's kept too warm that I can't hold my hand on here because it's too hot. So when this thing automatically clicks on, these louvers automatically open up just to keep it cool in here and to feed this thing with fresh air. The exhaust is dumped out of the wall right here. And this thing will click in right away as soon as the power cuts off. If you're milking cows, the milkers still fall off though, but after that you can keep milking, rehang them all. You can't go without one of these pretty much. If the power shuts out when you're trying to milk cows, it's pretty difficult. Guess I'm gonna get to work cleaning this mess up now. I'm noticing all these plastic linings along the wall here. I'm just gonna pick up an X-Acto knife and cut it all off, kind of make things a little bit neater in here. Awesome, we got all of the plastic cut away from the walls there. Now we're gonna sweep it all up. Got a bigger one over there, a shovel. We can shovel it all into the payloader bucket, and we're gonna start making it look nice and pretty in here again. Corner of the room is done, it's swept up, so I'm gonna take these bundles of insulation here, stack them over there, and then we can get on with the rest of this room.